Well, good morning everyone. I hope you had a fantastic bank holiday weekend. It's back, Breakfast with Evo, back with a bang for week 7 of the lockdown. Here we are on hole 5. It's 444 yards, stroke index 2. Loads of you get shots on this hole. And today I'm going to show you how to play it better than you ever have done before. I've been suitably chastised in the last few weeks for not going through every single tee on every single hole. So I'm going to do that today on hole 5, and I'm going to make sure that everyone knows what the distances are from their respective tee to not get yourself into a load of trouble. The first and easiest thing for us to do on this hole is to remember that the left hand side is an absolute no-no. So we're going to take those bunkers out of play completely, because the line is as far right on the fairway as you can possibly get it. For those big boys, unfortunately, you're not carrying these bunkers there anymore, not even the left-hand one at about 273. You're not going to get yourself over that one. Well, I know a couple of you might be saying, Evo, you're wrong, but maybe with a big hit downwind you could do it. But the safe play is up the right-hand side. It doesn't leave a lot of club into the green. And the first thing for us to do now, get the laser out. Let's have a look how far it is to that right-hand bunker. Let's have a look at that now. Okay, so it's 283 yards from the back plate to the face of the first right-hand bunker. Come off 10, 273. That's my safe zone, 273. I can hit it as far right as I want, unless I crack it in the trees, obviously, which I don't want to do. But that bunker on the right-hand side, you've got 273 yards to play with. I can hit my 2-iron, I can hit my 1-iron, I can hit my 3-wood. Lots and lots of different options. Or I can be super brave, get my driver out, and that may depend on how I'm feeling on the day. If I'm really hitting it nice and straight, I'll send one down there with my driver. It'll land between the bunkers and chase on. But remember, since the redesign, that's why those bunkers are now in that position, because they catch out balls that are led astray. Hit the left, hit the right, you're going to go in a bunker, and those bunkers are penal. You don't now want to be going in those bunkers, because you won't reach the green from those bunkers. They're almost a bit of a rescue back to the fairway and then carry on from there, and it's going to cost you a shot every single time. Well, I forgot to mention back on that back tee that this hole has become my favorite hole on the whole golf course. And the reason why is because it's now so strategic. Think well, play good shots, you're going to be rewarded. But if you don't, make mistakes, hit poor shots, you're going to cost 5, 6 guaranteed. It's a tough hole, but it's a fantastic hole. And you know what? I'm down on the yellow tee now, and we've got to be thankful for that redesign, because off that back tee, it's just a changed perspective. It's just such a good hole from way back there. And remember, you can hit it out to the right. Here, down on the yellow tee, we've got a couple of different options. 384 yards. Now you're going to be looking at some of you carrying over that left-hand bunker. There's a huge fairway down there if you can get past that bunker, and that's a 223 yard carry. So for all you big boys out there, 223 yards, that's all you need to hit your driver from this yellow tee to get it over that bunker. If not, and you're going to lay up, you need to look at that right-hand trap. Let's have a look and see what it is from here. Okay, so it's pretty level up with the back, 224, come back 10, 214 yards. That's about as much space as you've got to work with. And remember, you can hit it as far right as you want to get your ball in that absolute perfect position. But if you're daring enough and you've got the game, because you've watched all of my videos, you've just smashed it over the left-hand bunker and you're going into the green probably with nothing more than a 9-iron. Well, okay, this is the ladies' tee. It's 374 yards. It's a par 4, and it's a really, really difficult hole for the ladies. It's long, strategic. You need to get your ball in the right position. But even worse, look where the tee is. Look how much over to the right-hand side the tee is. And now the trees on the right, as they start growing in the summer, All those branches, they come across into the fairway, and unless you can actually hit your ball with that little fade we talked about, you're going to be risking those left-hand bunkers all the time. So one massively important thing to do when you're on this tee: don't tee up on the right-hand side. You must bring yourself as far to the left as you can stand on this tee, and that's going to give you a much better angle. Now remember, if my laser was the block, what I'd be doing now is I'd put my tee peg in the ground inside my teeing blocks, but I'm now standing on the outside of the tee, and now that's given me as much room as I needed to get the angle to go towards that right-hand bunker. Well, that sounded really easy, didn't it? I'm still on the ladies' tee. You've got the angle to be able to hit it into that perfect position. Let's have a look and see what the yardage is. 211 to the face. That's 201 yards to that bunker on the right-hand side. So all I need you to do is to be able to hit it 195 at that right-hand bunker, and you're going to be in the perfect position. Back tee, white tee, yellow tee, red tee, we've all hit the perfect drive. Let's go down there and have a look and see what we're faced with for our partially blind second shot. So you've hit the perfect drive down the right-hand side. You're as pleased as punch because you get down here and you've got a lovely line into the green, into that right-hand side opening. Bunkers guarding the green, front left, but you've also got that lone bunker halfway to the target. That's got to be carried, so make sure that you've enough club to get over that. How do we work out how far it is to go? When we look at the hole, we can't actually see the flag. I rely on the trees behind, and the tallest tree from this right-hand side, just inside the line of the tallest tree, is a perfect line to get that little bit of a kick in from the bank. So unless you've got a GPS watch that gives you front, middle and back, and you've only got your laser out, remember, what are you going to do? I leave my electric trolley here. I'm going to walk to the top of the hill, laser the flag, get that yardage, then I'm going to turn myself around, laser my electric trolley, add the two together, and now I've got the yardage. Is that the right yardage that I should be hitting the ball? No, it's not. Remember, on this green you're landing on a severe downslope, so realistically you've got to be aiming your ball to land on the apron at the front. If it's hard summer conditions, maybe a bit shorter. If it's softer in the winter, you might be a bit more daring and go a little bit further. But in this situation, going through the back is really, really easy. We don't have too many back pin positions, so just think about your yardage and where you want the ball to land. Now we're going to have a look at the technique you're going to use from this position to hit a shot that you can control the line of. Well, there's trouble right and left, and that means that you've got to focus on where you want the ball to land. Make the best swing you possibly can and really focus on swinging up the line and actually getting your ball to start in that position. Ground wise, that's going to cause us a few problems here because the ball is going to be above my feet. What's that going to make it do? It's going to make it turn a little bit from right to left. So the important thing there is to make sure that you've aimed a little bit right of target. That's to compensate the aim. And remember, if you're going in there with a hybrid, which will generally create a little bit more draw on the ball anyway, you might actually be tempted to aim further right and trust that position. So have a look at your lie, how much of the slope you're on. The more to the right you go, the more slope you're actually on. Down here in the middle it's a lot flatter, so it depends how much the ball is above your feet and how much you then compensate by aiming to the right. Let's get up there by the green. We'll have a look at that opening landing area in front of the green. We'll see if you can give you a few tips about how to make that green bigger than it actually is. Well, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder, and I'll tell you what, this place has never looked better. Just look at that view of the run-up coming into this hole, and the grass on the fairway back there after the overseed. has taken so beautifully. It's just absolutely fantastic. So here we are, we're on the run up now. You can see that left hand bunker there. That's going to catch anything with too much draw. And remember now, look at the right hand side. Let's take a look and see where we are. There's that big tree at the back. That was the one that we were aiming from the fairway. And remember, if we were aiming at that one there, even with a draw, we've still got at least 15 or 20 yards to the left of that landing point. But also remember as well, if you aim as far right as the silver birch, if you're on a lie that's going to create more draw than normal, you can aim at the silver birch. You can land down here and you're going to get close to this little rise and ridge here. One kicks it off to the right, one kicks it onto the green. You've got to make sure that you get yourself onto the right side of that slope, and you're going to run down here because you can use this bank as much as you want. Get the ball rolling in off this bank back down into the middle of the green. It really is an absolutely fantastic hole. I love number 5, and since the redesign it's just become such an amazing hole. Well, I've just paced this enormous green and it's 36 yards long. But just remember that in firm conditions comes down the prevailing wind. If you land on the front, your ball is pretty much going to bounce and run all the way to the back of the green. That's 36 yards of ground movement that you've got to take into consideration when it's firm. For you guys using those tour standard golf balls, you're going to be hitting shots in here. You're going to get some grip on the ball, so you don't need to be quite as cautious. But down a big wind, obviously that might change. I hope you've enjoyed Breakfast with Evo again. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at another department, and that's hybrids. So hybrids tomorrow, where we're going to have a look at that, show you how to use them, whether it be for chipping or hitting into par 5s, par 3s, you name it. We're going to be looking at all the hybrid shots that you can possibly imagine. I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching, and remember to give us a like if you enjoyed it today. See you soon.